All right. Can you click the music on? He
Yes.
never wants to play properly.
Which is funny because it always plays for me.
I
It plays
can't.
for me too.
I can't hear it. Not without.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's working.
Yeah. I have to stop it and then start it for you. I don't know why.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear it now? It's very quiet, but it should be going.
Is it?
Yeah, I just stopped it.
It's on roll 20.
Oh, it's roll 20.
Just stopped it. Play again.
There it is.
Okay. Well, there we go. We have music. Hello, everyone. It is time, once again, for more Diesel Dragons. We are the Diesel. We bring the dragons.
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to take away our away screen here. So here's our lovely faces. Keep the banner. Click that. And it's black screen, but that can close down. And here's us, no longer on the music player. Hello, this is us. Hi. Our sponsor today is Grinding Coffee Co. You can follow the code.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. You can follow the code and use Party Wipe Games to get 10% discount on all your wonderful coffee needs. Currently, they have a pumpkin spice variety that is amazing. Check it out. Other than that, I'm going to pass to Felix. Let him handle this.
Excellent. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 8 of Diesel Dragons, apparently called Operation Darkfall. I guess you guys to do something cool today. If you don't, blame Bryn.
Listen, I needed to carry over a Daniel Craig reference.
Oh, that's fucking hell. We're not doing that again. All right.
I just had to carry it.
I will kill Oliver.
No.
All I'm going to say. Yes.
If he was meant to die, you should have just let me shoot him.
Well, I gave you him, made him Daniel Craig, so you guys shut up about it. Anyways, last episode, the party dealt with the aftermath of the, terrorist attack they pulled off. Sailorthil got a meeting from her friend Gelniza, a very weakened Gelniza, who now has a prosthetic
that wasn't
leg.
Sailorthil.
That
was Tom. Sorry. The names are all weird.
The other elf.
The other. Tom got a meeting from Gelniza, who's now needs a cane and a prosthetic leg to walk because her leg was crushed and cut off. They had a meeting, talked a little bit about blood magic and how it works, and it's not great.
It's not great.
Do I have to sneeze or no? No? Okay, we're going with no, everyone. Sailorthil met a Commonwealth spy named Oliver, who informed her that they have the official position of the Commonwealth is no involvement, but the unofficial position is absolutely get involved and figure out what the hell's going on. The two of you met. You had sex with him because he was played by Daniel Craig. The only character in the entire campaign that I think has an official headcanon casting. At least an official headcanon casting, which is kind of a weird sentence. Grigori met with the survivors of the Communist Partisan attack after your guys' your own personal attack. Of your attack, they're like, let's do something. Didn't go well for them. We met survivors of that. Introduced them to the rest of the resistance movement, as was Oliver's also introduced to everyone else. And Oliver shared some important information, specifically about a mysterious shipping number E6621IQ1, which Grigori had found that we're shipping materials to, which is a weapon development facility out in the countryside. I believe the party was going to decide whether or not they're going to help the partisans with their own attack on an armory, or we're going to head out to this weapons development facility. So to open up the first scene, we'll pick up directly where we left off last time. You guys are in the basement of the Black Cat Cauldron, are downstairs, having just shared this information that you had all received with each other. Take it away.
What do we gain from helping these people, Grigori?
Well, you would have much more local resistance, which would inspire a lot more people local who don't very much like, any fascists here to start doing their own subversion. You basically keep city on tow rather than keep it subjected. Subjugated, my apologies. Plus, it ensures that anything that we might do outside of city, well, city here cannot focus on if we are, if they're dealing with problems here.
Do we have any guarantee on their part for support, or is this just assuming that they're going to help us?
Oh yes, they definitely want to, and like I said, they are not trained in combat so much, but their skill set will easily be useful outside of it with, the fascists drop propaganda, we drop propaganda of our own. They can make outfits for people to sneak in, or, maybe even weaponry.
Interesting. That could be useful, like you said, then. Alright. Tan, what do you think about helping them?
Even if they didn't provide us with anything, putting a thorn in our opponent's side would be helpful to us. So long as it does not overtake our own cause, and so long as it does not lead back to us.
This is why, while I want them to get to know Mr. Explosive, generally would be smart idea to not have everybody meet. Keep things separate. Ensures that you can't get everybody. Plus, the heat teaches them, then maybe there's another group of people that pop up and they send somebody there to help them, and then it spreads like fire. Plus, definitely good to have no heat on us while we find out what the hell is going on at that place.
If they can keep them busy, we might be able to expand our reach a little bit further, possibly.
Yes, that's true.
It's a very good sign in a rebellion like this. If you see enough fire, someone will notice and see that it is not easily snuffed out here. Which means it won't be easily snuffed out elsewhere.
We certainly don't want that.
Hmm.
Plus, if it comes to it, they might be a necessary distraction.
It's true, though. I do not want to throw lives away. It's never bad to turn away. Hey, look over there at that.
It's never bad to throw somebody else's life away over our own. I do believe it was a Commonwealth phrase that was, no man won a war by dying for their country. It was by making some other poor bastard die for theirs.
I've heard of that. That and some metaphor about omelets and eggs and stuff. But I don't eat them, so I assume it fits.
I mean, you're hatched from an egg. It's probably very...
It's a little personal.
It's probably very awkward, yeah.
So why would I break eggs? That could be brother. I don't want to ruin it.
I can guarantee you a chicken is probably not brother, but yes, I see where you're coming from.
Oliver speaks up at this point and says, "It's largely believed that birds and dragons are very closely related."
I do not believe that.
I would like to see that science, but yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a good thing I don't eat chicken.
Cousins.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah. Like the closest thing related to dragons is birds.
That is weird. But
I think you are thinking of thunder lizards.
Thunder lizards.
Yeah, dragons are descendant of dinosaurs. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
fuck.
sort of split off from dinosaurs, and dinosaurs became birds.
Oh my god.
Hang on. I need it.
That's canonical D&D lore, by the way.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. The closest related thing to dragons is birds.
Because of dinosaurs, yeah.
Because of dinosaurs, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Cousin Nikolai was right. This is bullshit. I owe him so much money. Do not tell. If you ever meet Nikolai, do not tell him he won bet. I would be so mad. I call him crazy for that. Anyway. So I suppose big thing is how do we all get out of city at once to get to this facility?
The facility? How long does it take?
And what would be the best way for all of us to get out without being very, very given eye for all four of us traveling together, or most of us?
I mean, like you could use a train, but if you have a vehicle, you just drive, like to a nearby town, and then.
We have ties to this town. We are going to need a good reason to.
What was that, Jay?
We have ties to this town. We are going to need a good reason to be gone.
Local police, local doctor, and local worker all leaving on the same day would look kind of weird.
I'm taking a work holiday. They've been pushing me far too hard lately.
Me, unfortunately, very disposable, so if I just not show up to work, they probably won't even know.
Yeah.
We're largely disposable, yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yukon could be maybe family emergency in the countryside. Maybe sick grandma or something.
Another, perhaps, a lie you could say is you got freaked out by the explosion and kind of want to leave the city for a bit.
Oh yeah, you need decompression. You need something to get
explosive decompression
to get mind off of a very not fun scene you were witness to. I guarantee you will not be the only one requiring time off for that.
It's true.
One more thing, which I had forgot to mention, is the Real is the another thing Oliver said is that a group known as the Volk and the
Were
elite
coming.
sort of super soldiers are coming to the city for some reason, and they were coming before the explosion. Like they were already on their way.
Were they?
And there's also
Do we know how they're arriving?
probably by train?
We could blow up the train tracks before we leave. No, it's probably not a good idea.
Well, how long is it till they get here?
I believe you have 2 weeks. 2 or 3. I think it's 3. I said 3.
We could head out and blow up train tracks on the way back.
That's true.
Ask Don how to help us or show us how to make kind of easy makeshift explosive, find bridge, blow it out. They're stuck for easy week or two just doing that.
Well, I think if they manage to get to the city, then they are going to be significantly more difficult to get out.
Oh yes, we need to make sure that they are dealt with before they reach the city.
Ideally, you want to blow them up while on bridge, but if you can't, blowing up bridge itself will definitely delay them. And it's countryside. There are plenty of bridges for railway because it's very hard to get decent things without going through whole mountainsides and everything, and that takes forever. So we need a map of train area to see any weak points.
Well, do you think they are going to be significantly guarded, or do they hope to move this quietly?
If the big fancy schmancy guards coming, probably they do not care. They'll just probably they'll just have it come and be big showy about it.
If the Volk don't require protecting,
No.
if anything, they're the protection.
It's like, hey, you better leave or we'll call the goon squad. We are the goon squad.
Yeah,
Yeah. But that probably makes them arrogant, thinking that nobody would dare try to do something like this to them.
Yeah.
Is there... Sorry. I was going to ask, like, geographically, is there a point on this train track where it is crossing over a large ravine, like with the bridge, where if we blow the bridge instead of blowing the tracks, we can just get rid of them in one move instead of delaying them? Because
yes, yes, there would be. The thing is that so these Volk are coming from the Underdark, and the entrance to the sort of the way they're coming is the opposite direction from the weapons research station.
Are they coming to...
So logistically, it would just take too much time.
Yes, so essentially, you guys would have to head north. Northwest, and they're coming from the southeast, essentially.
Another idea. Is there a way to delay these Volk?
Beyond like, blowing up some train tracks, not that I'm super familiar with.
Well, why not send Ligdon and some people to blow up the bridge, and while we go check out the facility?
That was an option.
At very least, if they cannot blow up bridge, at least ruin rail enough that it will take them very long time to fix and get back on track.
Yeah, the important thing would be sabotaging it while the train is going over or at a point where they are not able to stop in time.
it would be a safe mission, no engagement, just delay.
Because all they would have to do is basically set up points on bridge, blow it in the front, which would cause train weight to basically collapse rest of bridge, and they could just leave, because if any of these Volk fellows survive, well, they're probably going to be too busy falling to worry about people on hill, so they can. Anybody who blows up bridge can leave and probably make it back easy, and now there won't be Volk to go look for them. And then we can get the information from this place.
Excuse me. Yes. So, Gabriel, as I said before, is an officer, is a military officer, and so you can have him run a stuff for you guys doing other things. That is a mechanical thing you're allowed to do currently.
Excellent.
So you could send the other team to go blow up the train tracks. You could send the other team to go check out the weapons depot, weapons. I can never remember what I called this fucking place. Weapons manufacturing, testing, fucking research station, whatever the hell the word I'm trying to remember is. So yeah, so you can absolutely send them to go do a job while you guys are off doing your own thing.
Okay, because that'd probably be the best way to attack it. Basically, it'd be like, tell them best case scenario, blow up the bridge while they're on it. Worst case scenario, you mess up the track so badly, even if they can stop in time, that it's going to take days upon days just to get it going again.
Grigori, do you think that those friends of yours would be able to cause a little mischief in the city while we leave?
I would
Or while we are
probably,
gone.
now that they've been taught where to look for things, I'm pretty sure they'd look forward to it.
Cause a little
Especially
chaos and revelry.
After they lost a few comrades, they're probably itching to give payback, even if it just means small, annoying hit-and-run things that will just cause nothing but distraction, chaos, things like that. And if they shoot a fascist or two, I don't think any one of them will shed a tear. And if we're lucky, a combination of this, preventing Volk from arriving, finding out what's going on there, will definitely turn small blaze of rebellion into a big fire. Imagine what city would feel like if they found out all those people being disappeared to a secret place are being used for some horrible thing.
Oh, they would be quite unhappy.
Okay. So, from my perspective, what I hear is you guys are going to go to the weapons research area, and the other team's going to destroy the train tracks, and the communist partisans you're going to let do what they want, whatever they want.
Yeah, it's basically like, just cause chaos, friends. It is fine.
Go
Just
nuts.
But he'll tell them, like, don't, be am hero for all this. Just be smart about it. Your whole point is to basically frustrate them and ruin their order and their I have control of this.
Sure thing. Oliver has also promised material support from the Commonwealth in the form of weaponry. So where you guys are gone, he could probably he could get the partisans some weapons to cause mischief while you guys are gone, if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. Okay. So plans are beginning to get made. You discuss with Oliver about where the let me just check my so Serest on the map for the players is around here. The facility's up in here. It's a distance away. I'll probably be closer actually. Or here. And so plans get made. You discuss with Oliver. Oliver will attempt to get in contact with some with his sort of handlers to get some weapons delivered to the partisans. Your other team, Ayla, Ligdan, Ashlyn, and Gabriel. They begin. Oh, excuse me. Ligdan will prepare some explosives, some leftover from dynamite, and
Grigori will make sure that he knows where the two Panzerfausts are to use in in a worst case scenario below the bridge structure, struts and stuff.
Yeah, so let's actually get to equipment. What are you all bringing? You have
bring my sniper rifle,
absolutely,
and my Walter P39 that we got.
Yeah, so you currently don't have access to any of the weapons Oliver can get because they have to take time to get there. So you have the weapons that you have stolen. So you have, I think I said, 8 submachine guns, about 12 pistols, and a couple of rifles.
Yeah, a couple MP40s.
And then some Kar 98s. You also have some dynamite left over from the bomb making. They've tried to use not all of it, so they had some extra. Do you take any of that?
I will take the improvised grenade that we got from the.
Sure. Improvised grenades, but what does Sailorthil bring?
Not much. I really don't. I'm gonna leave my police stuff behind and probably just utilize what's available.
So do you bring the pistol or a submachine gun? I need to know.
Oh, I'm gonna take a submachine gun from our equipment stock. Like I said, I'm not taking any of my police issue stuff because I don't need anything else being linked back to me. Not again.
Because worst case scenario, being caught, there's nothing that says they're from the Fosterville police. It's nope, I'm just the person with a gun.
Absolutely. Tan, do you bring any weapons?
I'm still a pacifist.
That's true.
I will bring an extra sidearm just in case. Worst case scenario, if she needs something, I can toss it to her.
I will, however, bring a different set of clothes, probably one of their own uniforms to change into later, and a gas mask again, hide my face.
Absolutely. I assume you brought the gas mask. It's become sort of your symbol.
Yeah.
As you bring this stuff, and you begin to, unless anything else you guys want to do, begin to make your excuses to people.
Yeah, I put in for paid leave.
Sure thing. You put in for paid leave. Roll me a persuasion check. See how quickly you can get a paid leave.
Yeah.
I
need a fucking holiday after all this shit. I was there at Ground Zero. My hands were in the innards of a dying drow woman. It was all horrible. No, it just I need a vacation. You guys have been working me really hard. Persuasion. Yow. Nope, that didn't roll. Hold on.
It did.
Did it? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't hear the bleepy bleep. Okay,
neither did I, but it did in fact roll.
Fuck it, I'll take it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a 4 and a 5. You can get a leave. You didn't. quick enough for this to happen. You cannot get a paid leave.
Fine. Not happy about it, but fine.
Yeah, hey, man, fuck.
Sometimes that shit happens.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you gotta fucking forgo a paycheck to overthrow fascism. Grigori, do you just quit? Like, what does Grigori do?
He's
I'm
going.
not
He's going.
coming in by.
He's basically going to do that thing, yeah, of like, okay, look, I need time off. If you cannot give it, I understand. I cannot make. I will look for job elsewhere.
Yeah, essentially, they're just like, if you can't come in, someone else gets your shift.
It's like, okay, doke, good luck finding second best box lifter at Fosterol, and he just leave.
Yeah, you just leave. Do you let the
And
partisans know?
As he leaves, his boss is like, there goes the best box lifter I've ever
Best box
had.
lifter I've ever had.
Best damn box lifter ever.
You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And yeah, he'll make sure to message the partisans about that, and like, you know, little suggestions of plans, like, you know, don't hit anything too big because you don't want too much tension. Make sure it's never near the same spot, so that it looks like it's just random things going on in the city. Keep them on their toes.
Sure thing. You let them know. I assume you let them know about Oliver's going to provide them with equipment.
Yeah, I'll tell them that there's a Commonwealth man coming in to help get you more than just, you know, the smith tools and stuff like that. They will take care of you.
They have like 2 hunting rifles and like a double barrel shotgun between them. Like, they do not have many weapons. Sure thing. Tan.
Well, I'm probably not going to request off on the same day so it doesn't look suspicious. And instead, I will figure out my schedule with Galnisa. Yeah, I'll figure out my physical therapy schedule with
Dr.
Galnisa.
Jones.
And plan for the off time to be when I don't see her, so she doesn't come looking for me or suspect anything.
Sure. You go to Galnisa. You can contact her quite easily. You have her, essentially her work phone, which is kind of her only phone. You call her. Do you just talk about this over the phone, or do you want to see her in person?
Well, I'll see her in person because I have to do physical therapy with her anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. You meet with her. This is not very long after her injury and her beginning of recovery. So she's still not looking well. It takes her a lot of energy to walk right now. She sort of runs out of breath very quickly. But yeah, you. I'll say you're at the clinic, sort of a back room where you guys can get to sort of rebuild her strength. Essentially, she's just trying to learn to walk with the leg currently, with her the prosthetic. You guys have been doing that for a little while. She sits down. There's a sort of a light sheen of sweat across her body, and you bring up the fact that you're going to be. Do you tell her that you're leaving, or do you just?
I tell her that. Well, I probably have we like already set up like how often I see her.
I'll leave that up to you whether or not you want to set up a actual schedule.
Yeah, because I know she's still she's still working, so I will have it I'll kind of like talk to her and like work with her around her schedule and plan. Like we see how far logistically, how far like out of town do I have to go? Do we have to go to intercept this thingy?
It depends on how you're going to go about it. If you take a train, it will probably take you 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back.
Okay.
How long are you guys going to remain in the area, though, is a different matter. You don't know how long this is going to take. And if you guys drive, you do have that truck, which no, you didn't blow that up, no. You do have that truck. If you take that, it'll take you probably an extra 4 days because the roads aren't the best.
Okay.
And it's also an old truck. But if you take guys for the party, if you take the truck, there will be no record of you leaving. There will be no ticket and something like that.
Excellent.
The checkpoints, you could have one person just be in the truck, the rest of them hiding, and just be like, "Yeah, I'm just leaving town."
And whatever this weapons facility is sending over has already been sent.
No. You don't know what it's... All that's known about it is that things have been sent to it.
Especially people.
And people. So you're not sure. So there's no weapon, no official like super weapon has been like it was built here. It's just this strange weapons sort of development site in the mountains.
All
Different
we know is
question,
chicanery is afoot.
Different question then.
Absolutely.
Now that this occurs to me, the town or city that is near where this weapon site is there like a supply facility? I imagine there is a supply facility nearby because of that. Is that possibly where the clinic receives its medical supplies?
Might be where it sent some.
Yeah, can I volunteer to go pick some up and just have a legitimate reason to go there?
I am going to. I just had. God, I'm going to roll a d20. I literally grabbed one and then I accidentally dropped it instead of the d12 I had in my hand. Here we go. We're going to roll the pink die.
Yes.
I like pink.
Pink die.
I'm going to give this... Well, I'll give you a straight 50-50 chance. 11 or higher. It is a place that there is a sort of a transport depot that is near there that often you can get that supplies get moved through a bunch, and 10 or below, it will not be one that your clinic receives stuff from.
Okay. I thought it was a clever idea.
It is. That's why he's rolling.
So I'm rolling. That's why I'm rolling. I want to see if this works in your favor, and that is a 12.
Hey.
So yes.
All right. So then I imagine, since this is a clinic and not a hospital, someone has to go pick it up occasionally and probably just cycle through it. Question mark?
Yeah, it's not only is it not a hospital, it's also like not a medical facility near the front lines.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not uncommon for how you get your materials to like everyone pools some money and you go buy some.
Yeah, 'cause it's like none of these are like life-saving materials because you don't want it like 2 days away. So it's basically like, oh, you just need more gauze packs or something.
Yeah.
Send
So-
Steve up there with some money.
Yeah. So I'll do that then, and just pick up my schedule to head in that direction.
Oh,
sure.
even better.
Yeah, and I'll just be the one who goes to pick it up this week, and
Sure, absolutely.
and I'll just inform I will inform her of when I'm leaving and when I'll be back, and keep my schedule. And I'll tell her that I want to see her as
soon as I'm back.
as soon as I'm back.
Well, even
Poor thing.
better, because you could be like, "Hey, I'll be the one to head down to the place. Y'all give me a list of stuff."
Yeah.
So they'll
yeah.
remember.
I'll say that you receive like an envelope that has just like a bunch of cash in it, and a list of things that needed iodine, gauze, other 1940s medical supplies,
A lot of morphine and a lot of cocaine.
morphine, some laudanum, and just like a package of cocaine.
Okay. And I will legitimately buy that stuff.
Absolutely, yes. You should be able to. A lot of it is just like, sometimes it's just like you have to bribe someone.
Which is also good, because now Ton gets to be the one driving while we hide in the back, because she has a legitimate excuse to be there.
Hell yeah.
That is true. Ton, I would like you to roll a notice check as you speak to Gomeza.
Of course. Hey! 7.
Okay. She puts on an exterior of like, yes, you're a professional person, you have to go do your job. She is saddened by the fact that you are leaving.
Aww. I do, probably, since she's like sweating and everything, and I'm probably like just like dabbing her forehead and stuff.
Sure. Fuck it, roll another notice check, actually.
Another notice check?
Roll another notice check. I want to see what you spot.
4.
Okay, with a 4. So you're a trained professional,
Mm-hmm.
medical professional, and you've been trained to recognize certain symptoms of physical distress, and you notice a few as you sort of dab away at her face. You can kind of feel her start to breathe heavier as you touch her.
I will be back, and I will be here to help you back into a normal routine. I promise. Is there
course.
anything you would like me to pick up for you?
No, that is, I receive what I need from the government.
Well,
So I should be fine.
well, then perhaps I will have to come up with something to surprise you.
Ooh. Yeah, she sort of smiles at that and says, I do not wish to inconvenience you. It is fine.
Nonsense. And I will. I get coy, just like I just did.
Sure.
And just chew my bottom lip.
It's gonna be real sad when you have to kill her.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
It's the crying gif where he's like, when I had to shoot this person when the revolution comes.
When I have to shoot Tony Hawk when the race war starts.
No.
I love that Tony Hawk responded to that. I appreciate the hesitation. Oh, I love Tony Hawk. He's fantastic. He's just a nice guy. He just became a dad. Anyways, yes. Sure. You flirt with the Nazi for a bit.
Fascist. They're not Nazis.
It's fucking close enough. They, frankly, less racist than the Nazis, actually, because I didn't feel like including race stuff in this.
We don't know about the dwarven ethnic cleansing. It's fine.
Look, when your fascists have one up on the other one.
Yes. They're not racial purists, they're racial perfectionists. They wish to become perfect and don't believe they are perfect.
Then the elephant will show up for Metamorphosis on everybody. Like, I'll
Oh.
make you all perfect.
Stop looking at my notes.
Season 2.
Everything
Anyway.
changed when the Illithid Nation attacked.
Everything changed when the Squid Man attacked. Anyways, so yeah, you start to make your excuses. You tell Galneza this, and yeah, you can leave the city, and it won't be seen as suspicious since it's not the first time. Yeah, that's it. It won't be the first. It won't be the first time that people from your clinic or other businesses in the city leave to go source supplies, especially with rationing and the war going on. So yeah, anything else you guys want to do in the city before you leave?
I don't think so.
Like, just making sure the other team's good and that the partisans will be okay, or at least things will be set up so if things will be okay, it'll be fair.
How many points were we up to our next advance? I knew it was like.
Oh shit! I
4
never
in.
bought mine.
How
Yeah.
many?
You've gained 1 advance and you're 4 points into
You've
the
gained-
next one.
2
Right, okay.
advances,
Yeah.
and you're 3
Shit.
points from the next one.
I forgot to do that.
Oh,
Look, it's not me too. All right.
We will do that on the break. I don't think there'll be anything too
Yeah,
intense
just
before the
gotta
break.
get it done before we get into the shit.
Yeah, before we get into this shit.
Okay.
You could get into this shit to this episode. I don't know. That's up to you guys.
Operation Darkfall. Let's go.
Operation Darkfall. Oliver will also accompany you.
Hey.
Yes, he's coming along because he's interested in this place. Just as a spy, he's just like, it's a mysterious weapon testing area. Of course, I'm interested. It's what I do. So he will accompany you all, yeah. So probably around half a week later, you all get into a truck. Grigori, I assume Grigori and Salafil hide in the bed of the truck.
yeah.
Yeah, it has like that weird wooden like top thing on the bed. Oliver will ride shotgun with Salafil because I'm a reporter from the Commonwealth. I'm here to take pictures of stuff.
I'm here to report.
I'm here to do some reporting. And from what they know, his reporting has been very kind to the Empire. So yeah, he will accompany you. Hidden in the back of the truck is your weapons, including Oliver's, which are Commonwealth build. They're not Empire or Fostral. Again, he has a rifle. He has his pistol. Then he has this very compact submachine gun. And they're hidden. I'll say he has his pistol on him. As you begin to drive through the city, he tells you where to go to avoid checkpoints. Sometimes you have to drive through a back alley. A couple times you have to drive over someone's lawn. Just go forward. Don't worry about it. But he's mapped out how to get around the city without encountering the checkpoints. So yeah, it's fairly simple for you all to begin to leave the city. And you begin to get out on, I was going to say highway, but the highway system doesn't exist yet. Historically, in real world, highways became a thing in and around World War II. And to
Mostly
go
in
place,
response to, man, we need to make this shit easier. Why don't we build bigger roads?
Bigger roads. In America, it was just because everyone was poor, and so the government was just pay them to build big roads.
Well, the reason you have big highways and stuff like that was because the small roads we had weren't good for moving military vehicles or tanks or the munitions.
There was a bunch of reasons for it. And also Hitler built the Autobahn. That's just true.
That's just true.
that's what the U.S. Higher Citizens based off of is the Nazi stuff.
Yeah, because they like I said, they saw how fast they were moving shit militarily.
Yeah, no,
through
it was
that.
it was a good design. They sold it for a reason. Anyways, you guys, so there is no there's probably things close to highways like between the more important cities, but where you're headed, there would not be a highway that way. It would be a lot of dirt roads and maybe some paved roads, like in some sort of larger towns, maybe. Probably a lot of cobblestone, actually.
Is it more likely just the giant wheel ruts from vehicles that do travel there?
Yeah, a lot of it is wheel ruts. When you get into smaller towns, you will get especially like in the older parts of towns, you'll get cobblestone, which will make it a little bit easier. But for the vast for the vast part of the journey, it is weird dirt back roads. And it's a very lovely drive, honestly. It's beautiful. Fosterville's a beautiful country. Think like south of France, like picturesque.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Fosterville is based off France, so it's a beautiful place to drive through. Like you get to pass by like a bunch of these like a little idyllic villages. There's giant hedgerows which operated as anti-tank walls during World War II. Actually, it's very funny to me, and just a very very nice drive. Once you leave the city, you're able to switch out who's driving and who's sitting in the back. The cab only sits 2 people, unfortunately, so a lot of times at least 2 of you have to sit in the back of the truck. And you guys get to just kind of enjoy a bit of a road trip. If there's anything you guys want to talk to each other about during this, please feel free to interrupt any scenes you want to run. I'm just going to sort of carry on with what happens. But yeah, you all take turns driving. Oliver kind of has an annoying habit of singing when he drives. He's not the best singer.
Stop making him so charming.
He's good at his job. So yeah, he enjoys singing. But yeah, you guys continue on. I would like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, Sailorthil.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll a notice check for me. I'll say you're in the passenger seat.
5.
5? Okay. With a 5, coming up ahead of you, this is a couple days into the journey, probably day 3 of your truck drive. You see a checkpoint.
Hey, that's not good.
Nope. Let's see if they've noticed you.
Persuasion check. You don't see us. Leave us alone.
You don't see anything.
The soldiers don't react to you starting to drive up. You assume they haven't noticed you yet.
Ton, I'm gonna need you.
They rolled a 1.
Tom, we're gonna need you to get up here.
Alright. Alright. I get up there.
You have lists and things, right?
I do.
Okay, good. Time to hide.
Sure. Everyone hides. Oliver again stays up in the front. He has the official badge that sort of gives him a little more freedom than the rest of you might. And Ton, they're probably used to people like you coming through. Yeah, you guys swap seats.
Yeah, and I largely just get the fuck out of the way and hide.
You get out of the way and hide. You begin to drive forward. The soldiers definitely start notice you. And sort of one of them puts a hand up. Looking at the checkpoint, you see there are sandbags stacked.
I floor it.
There are...
What?
No, not really.
Oh!
I don't.
I was about to explain the machine guns they have.
Tom randomly chooses this as her moment of violence and just kills 3 people randomly.
Like, so about the Starfinder game.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, on each side of the road there are sandbag encampments that have a machine gun sort of set up. Each of there's two of these big machine guns. They're currently not pointed at you. You see probably the gunners themselves are sitting in sitting in chairs, and they're smoking. One of them has abandoned the other one. They've gone over and talked to his friend. They have these essentially like farm gates that they have. They see you come in. They're closed. A soldier kind of walks out. His hand, like the gun, kind of like by his chest. He's sort of holding onto the barrel. Sort of holds his hand up for you to stop. I assume you stop.
Yes, I stopped.
Okay, good. So
over his dead body,
on his skull.
That was better than what I was gonna say after that. But
Oh
yes.
god! So yeah, you stop the truck. He walks up to you, and so I'll say also with like you're being sent out. You have like an official like documentation from your clinic being like where it's a supply run.
Hey.
Ooh,
Yeah,
doggies.
they're door jumpy. Calm down.
That's fine. The soldier comes up to your side of the car and sort of like I assume you roll down the window.
I do.
Yeah, you roll down the window. Takes you a second. He waits patiently as you do is that what the fuck happened?
Yep.
In the 40s? At least that it feels like it's too new for the 40s.
Look. When I was alive, Windows still did that.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
had
a giant
hand
crank
cranks
window.
in cars. Oof, it's awful. It's not good. Not good.
So that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I remember. Okay, yeah, it just seems like weirdly like 90s, 80s in my brain. So I'm like, did they have that? Like, what else would they have? I was like, you
That's right,
cranked down
boy.
the window.
It's like that's right, boys and girls. That's where the term "wind the window" came down, was because you had to literally wind it via a crank for it to go down because it was on like a little pulley system.
I've been in cars from the 80s. Don't fucking talk to me like I don't know what it's like to crank a window.
The 80s. My grandfather's car was a '67. Man.
Yeah, I'm sure. Fuck, man. I don't know cars. Shut up. I'll kill you.
I'm
Fictionally,
old.
in Minecraft.
Let me have this. I'm old.
You're not old. Anyway, so you crank down the window. He comes up to you and says, "Papers, please."
Of course. I will. Yeah.
Glory Gaze country.
No ticket.
Yeah, sure.
Just from the trunk for glorious Art Stotska.
Whatever, Stotska. He's like, yes. This sort of, I don't know. Oliver will also hand over his little badge to show. The soldier kind of looks at it for a second, sort of reads through it, hands it back, and says, "Is there anything in the back of the truck we should know about?"
It is empty right now. I'm going to collect these supplies here.
Sure.
That's what the blankets are for in the back.
I assume you guys are hiding in the blankets. Don't worry.
That's it for fucking later. Don't have to worry about
It's
that.
for freaking. It says, I might be inclined to believe you. However, he sort of like gives a kind of a vague gesture.
I am a bit in a hurry. This is really embarrassing. I'm also eager to get back to. I just kind of blush.
Honeymoon.
Sure. She's gonna roll a notice check on you to read what you're about, and my fucking
I
god,
make it-
these guards.
Do I make a
Are
persuasion?
Sure, make a persuasion, yeah.
Alright.
Can you roll a 2 or higher?
Alright, he rolled a 1. They're really bad at their jobs. They're fucking really bad. They've rolled 2 notice checks. They rolled a 1 twice.
And I just kind of like smile and look down, and she is actually she's actually a soldier.
Oh, you said the wrong thing.
Huh?
You really said the wrong thing.
then I didn't say it.
No, you said it.
I'm
You said it.
confused.
Here's one Benny. No, you didn't.
If you want us, I'll explain.
I will
what you-
sacrifice my Benny.
I will explain
Sure.
what you said and why it's bad. You said she. These are fascists. They don't like homosexuality. I will let you spend
Hey.
a Benny.
Hey, aren't the women in charge?
They're still fascists. They still have a weird, like, we have to breed to make an army to take over the world kind of mentality.
Your
There's a
girlfriend,
re-
your fascist girlfriend is an outlier.
There's a reason she hasn't told you that she likes you yet. It's because she's trying to lie to herself about it.
All right, I will spend that
Yes.
penny then.
You said,
Because
okay,
that-
good. They were about to drag you from that
like
truck.
if that was explained, like because I was thinking complete drow society. Like I was thinking the whole matriarchal thing, not.
No, like even that they didn't openly talk. Like even in fantasy drow, they don't do that because you're supposed to have a husband because you propagated your partner.
They don't have husbands. They have pets.
I mean, they do have husbands. R.A. Salvatore established that they do in fact have husbands. It's just that husbands are expendable.
I'm going to cut in here and explain a little bit about sort of. So, this might be my own sort of like my own personal knowledge about fascism and their connection to tradition. It's entirely bullshit. They don't actually care about these traditional ideas and stuff.
They just have to put on the show that they do.
They just have to put on the show, and so it's entirely hypocritical. Absolutely. Ancient Drow society would absolutely, their matriarchs would absolutely have female lovers because it's about like those.
All right,
Take whoever the fuck they
like
want.
that was what I was thinking more along that kind of lore.
Yes,
than,
absolutely,
than,
and that
than
is
real
that is
world than historical lore.
Yes, absolutely. So I will let you spend a Benny to unsay that if you so desire.
Sure.
Absolutely. So I just they're not a big fan of it because it's.
All right. Yeah, that was just never implied in this setting. So
We've never talked about it. Much. Absolutely. So yeah, Benny spent. We can retry that scenario.
Okay.
You go from she to they. So
It is they now.
I mean, you could have just said that you're on the honeymoon with Daniel Craig.
I will let her decide what she says.
I say that, and I just kind of like glance to him briefly.
Sure. He already rolled his notice check and got so the guard kind of like looks at his friends, and they kind of just shrug, and they say, I mean, it's alright. Fuck. Using the wrong accent there. Yeah, they open up the gate. They kind of wave you through.
I demand he spin a Benny to redo that accent.
I don't get bennies.
I take my Benny back.
Dang.
No.
She's like, you made the mistake. I get the reward.
You're not with the Underdark Empire at all.
No.
This dark skin comes right off.
Oh no, there's just like some guy like behind his shed trying to like apply it, so he's like, oh shit, I don't need to be caught like this.
He opens up the gate and the truck pulls through and Oliver looks at you and says, "You know he was trying to get a bribe from you, right?"
No.
Okay. He's trying to get a bribe from you. That was what that whole thing was. Yeah.
Well, he should have done the thing with his hands like this.
They're out in the boonies, man. Like they're probably not very good at it.
Could have just been like, give me money, give me money, give me money.
Or if they're not very good at it, they can just go money.
Money, please.
You'd like to think so,
You know-
but they're not good at being solid, at being bad like that either.
Next time we're here, I'll give them notes.
Worst case scenario, things go the what they call them, the boobies up, titties up, whatever it's called. Yes, thank you. I will just pop head out like
My
Dragon
people do
Ball
not
turret.
have them. I have to learn words.
I will set them on fire. His trick I do, but not great for sniping, because, giant flame, not fun.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sure.
that many of them clustered up together, easy to get.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. There was the main gate guard, and then there's the 2 gunners. Honestly, only one of them would be any useful because only one of them was near their weapon. So yeah, you guys get pushed through. You guys drive through, head on. You guys handle that encounter quite fine. I did not expect you to use love as the power to get through, but I am impressed by your
Hell yeah.
power of love. What? Oh god, I saw a video. It's like the dead hero, the hero's dead on the ground, and the villain who used a power of friendship to defeat them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like him partying with a bunch of people. Made me laugh. Yeah, you guys head on through, and pull up to this tiny little village. It's basically it's like a warehouse that has just essentially a warehouse with people that live nearby. Essentially, it is there is a it's several train tracks run through the area, and so this is sort of just a depot that they can drop off to head in different directions. See, there's a loading dock for trucks as well. This is essentially a cargo depot that a village has sort of sprung up around. It doesn't really even have a name. It's just a place where you work. And this is the closest settlement to the development area. Probably around half a day's drive away from the big area you're going to. Yeah, there's a small collection of sort of tenement homes, like these larger homes that can house probably 10, 12 people. There's about 3 of those. There is a makeshift sort of garrison, essentially a bunch of military tents. And then there's a large warehouse that connects, that trains can drive into. It has a tracks right next to it.
Alright, so I do need to do a bit of shopping to keep up the appearances.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you require me to be part of the sightseeing, or should I use a little bit of magic and let you on your way and just maintain it?
I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have you with us, but you do have actual work to do.
I can do whichever.
No, maintain your cover story. It is. It will not. I feel like if you are not putting yourself at risk, that is the best option.
If anything happens, make sure to find me quickly.
Okay, will do.
And
Why don't we find spots to meet back up?
Oliver speaks up and says, "Perhaps the truck."
Yes, perhaps the truck.
Perhaps the truck.
It's a good idea. I don't know why we didn't think about it.
Mostly was so bored being in back of truck whole ride.
I get it. I was in the back of the truck for a few hours. I get that. He's going to go around and take photos.
not of me. I will.
Nope.
I will kick him in the balls if he does it to me. Take a picture of me.
He is a professional spy. He will leave no proof. He will not document you guys being here. But he grabs to that giant 1940s camera that has the fold-out thing. Kind of clicks open, and he pulls out the lens, and just sort of goes off while the rest of you guys attend to your own business, so he can maintain his own cover.
All right. I am going to channel some magic and cast both deflection and conceal arcana on the others.
Beautiful. So you're casting it on your party and Oliver?
If he stays long enough to get it, then yes.
Yes, he would. So roll just your first one, which would be your Conceal Arcana, which is just hide the magic later. So your first magic check.
And I will cast Detect Arcana on myself.
On yourself?
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, to be able to detect it.
Oh yeah. Okay, sure, yeah.
So that I can sense supernatural
absolutely.
things.
Sorry, I got So roll your hide Arcana first. So roll your Conceal Arcana. So your first magic check.
I mean, I'm doing the detect thing first on me because I want to know if this guy's carrying anything.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, 11.
Dang, girl.
11. Yeah, fuck. He is carrying something magical. Yes, he is.
All right. Let me. See.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the exact phrasing of the spells. I'm not sure how much information you get, but you do see something magical.
Oh, I could have just clicked that. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, there's my second one.
I will have that be because it's detect/conceal. Yes, he's carrying an object on him that is magical.
All right.
Yeah.
It's probably his camera.
He's on his camera.
No.
It's in his pocket.
No.
And you see like the magical aura in his pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I see the shape of it?
I
don't.
It's
It's just dick.
yeah. Vaguely, you can kind of detect with an 11. Also, you can detect the shape. Actually, I was going to with an 11. It looks like a switchblade.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
A magical Swiss Army
All
knife.
right. That was one,
I should have been a Swiss Army knife, but no, it's just a knife. He's a magical knife.
So I need.
And then Conceal Arcana. That's his success.
Yeah. So I need.
4.
Sorry, I'm doing math. I need to make a total of 7 checks.
4 checks.
4 checks.
Yeah, because you did your first 2, and then 4 checks. 1 for yourself, 1 for Sailthil, Gregory, and Oliver. 4.
Alright.
Success. Fucking hell.
Damn, we're going with that 21. May want to bid
have to spend extra power points
Oh, you.
on that one.
Well, I was going to say you should roll your last one then and be like, okay, now I need to re-roll this one. Okay, so...
Yep.
Yeah, so that's 1 failure.
Yep.
So you can spend another power point, or you can spend a bending.
I will spend the power points. I want to keep the bendings.
Absolutely.
I will go. Whoops. Redo.
Yeah.
Oop. There we go.
Good. You're lucky that wasn't 2 1s. That would have caused you damage. By the way,
Spell backfire.
I think wizards,
right.
like the wizard background, you get more power points, but it can hurt you if you do a critical failure, which is 2 1s.
Yeah. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, you just kind of like gotten like a really bad migraine and your nose started to bleed.
Oh.
I think you've gotten a wound.
Oh, that.
Anyways,
that gives me another thought.
Yes.
If I get
blood magic.
no, the whatever you just said, that
The wizard?
Yeah, the backlash.
The backlash, that, yeah. If I get a backlash, does my arcane resistance come into play in resisting that?
I'm gonna read your arcane resistance ability and see. Oh, you posted it? Beautiful.
I have the improved one, so
Yeah.
I think
Oh, wow, yeah. Does even friendly arcane powers must subtract that modifier. If so.
Well, that's someone tries to heal Ton with magic.
Oh,
And then Ton is still resistant to the match. So it has Savage World is a little less forgiving than D&D. I found it's just like you get this cool thing, but like here's the obvious side
At what
effect.
cost?
Yeah, what? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I find that it is just like, yeah, you get this, but like it's not great. It's not always good.
Hang on, I'm
Um,
gonna.
I will look at Backlash and see what it does. Because if it's like if you have to save again, like try to roll something to save against it, I will absolutely say that you get a plus
All
2
right.
to that.
It's actually a +4 because I have the improved version of it. I just didn't. I apparently forgot to post that part of it in there.
I'll look into that after. We'll look into that later.
Okay.
When it comes, if it comes up before then, I'll double check. But I don't want to spend too much time on a question on a theoretical question currently. Good point though. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. So yeah, you cast these things. Oliver receives the enchantment and heads off to go take pictures of people and of the surrounding area. And talk to some people. Han, you head off, I assume, to the warehouse to ask about some materials.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I'm also going to do some extra shopping for surprise gift.
Absolutely, you can probably find. It's a lot of his practical stuff. So, let me know what you're thinking of.
Okay.
But before we do that, what is Sailafil and Grigori doing?
We gotta go scout the place out.
That is true. Do you take the truck?
Nah.
Okay.
Probably should do it on foot. Don't get.
It's going to take a long time.
That's fine. Gives them plenty of time to do their things, and also make sure that 2 random people wandering out aren't heard or found with the truck that they can trace back to the other 2.
Sure. So you guys you're going on foot. Right? My brain just sort of stopped for a second there.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So yeah, you guys will head on fucking foot. You guys will just get out the truck and start to leave. It'll take you quite a long time to get there. Let me just look at. I'm going to need one of you to roll a survival check.
What's your survival? I have a 4.
It is a D8.
Oh, you do it, please.
Ooh.
Please do it.
Yeah, roll, buddy. With a 5, excellent. You guys don't get horribly lost. Because I assume you guys aren't gonna follow like the dirt service road up to the place. Because that's probably a bad idea to get caught on that.
It's a
So
thing
yes.
of Grigori probably knows like how to follow it without following it. That like hey, you take this path, you can keep it in view, so you know which direction to go without being on it.
Yeah, that check is to be like hide yourselves. It's also to hide yourselves in like the surrounding area, so you can just keep an eye on the road and head in the proper direction. You guys start to head out that way. Not a lot of people are on the road, which is nice. As you don't see anything, and we'll get to you guys later because that'll take some time.
Yeah.
Silithil, we're back to you.
Nope, you're back to Tan.
Yes, sorry, I don't know these names mixed up. They're not similar.
We're back in a little while. Sailafil, back to you.
Yes, like we'll be back together in 30 minutes. Anyways, time's up. I now apologize for you using the word Astrid all the time. I get it. I don't know how you can confuse Tan and Sailafil.
Yep.
Tan Shear.
The joys of being a DM.
Damn, you just forget names. Tan, you head up to the warehouse, and you've probably been gone on one of these sort of things before. A lot of times you have to talk to soldiers and then bribe them to get your materials. This is like one of those situations.
Okay.
Yeah. So you walk up to this soldier. Currently, like they're out in the middle of nowhere. Sort of that the very sort of professional look that a lot of soldiers had back in the city has kind of been like they're not wearing the proper uniform. They're not wearing their helmets or their hats. Their guns are usually like clearly not as taken care of as the others are, and they're usually not on hand. Yeah, you approach this soldier. The sort of waist, sort of the coat that they usually wear, he's not wearing. You only really know that he's a soldier because he has a rifle near him and he's a drow. He's sort of sitting on a stool, leaning against the wall of this thing as you kind of walk up to him.
And he's guarding the warehouse?
Probably on paper, yes. He is guarding the warehouse. In reality, he's fucking around. He's just sitting there because he's bored.
And okay, and this is the warehouse where we pick up supplies.
Yes, it is. This is the big warehouse where So you could probably
Is would I know if like just continuing to walk and like stop it, like with the procedure for doing this, is it like do we stop and bribe when they stop us, or do I have to,
you would have to go up to him and be like, hey, I'm here to pick up some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go up to him and I say, hello, I'm here to pick up some supplies.
He kind of looks at you, kind of like scratches himself for a second, and it's very clear. You get the feeling that he's been placed here because he's not the best soldier. Probably a lot of these guys out in the middle of nowhere are put there because they're kind of useless.
I can see you're very busy. I'll just head on in.
He goes, hold on, no. What do you need?
I will hold up the list, and then I will methodically read off each thing on the list.
Absolutely. You read off morphine, bandages, iodine, like alcohol, or like ethyl alcohol, cocaine. Yep. I was getting to it, Ray.
Don't forget the cocaine.
Joke. Don't forget the incredible amount of cocaine.
Listen, it was a medical staple.
It's prescribed to them by Dr. Roxo, the Rock and Roll Club.
Hell yeah. Get some hookers and ice cream. Yeah.
Anyways, you give him this list. He reads it over. And he sort of holds out his hand kind of expectantly.
Give him a high five.
I was gonna do the Home Alone thing and give him some gum, but yes, I do bribe him.
Yeah, you give him the bribe that was collected by your friends. He opens it up and is going to sort of count it. I need you to roll a persuasion check for me.
Yeah. 4.
Okay. He's going to roll against. This is a good general roll against it. Okay, that's bad for you. He rolled a 6 and a 2. Exploding 6 explodes to a 2, so an 8. So he technically wins.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Outed by the country bumpkin.
Well, he's trying to figure out. He's just like, is this enough money worth what I can? Yeah, is this enough money that's worth it? And because I know you guys, you're all fucking weird and horny all the time.
Wow.
He kind of
definitely just us, Felis.
Just like, shut up. You haven't read what you haven't know. Sorry. Anyways, he sort of looks you up and down, and says, "This is too little." Now that's just the money that you collected from your colleagues. You have your own money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much would I have to give him, though? Like how much did I just give him?
I'll
Because
say
we
the
haven't-
amount of money he just got is I'll say like $70.
Oh,
Which is a lot of money, but he is stealing from his government, which is a very powerful fascist.
Just start doing that thing where you count like $1 into his hand at a time until he says it's enough.
And looking at him, you see that he's either trying to get more money from you or sex.
yeah. I do not have an exorbitant amount of personal money because it all went into buying that place. So I think I just do that thing where I just kind of look down and look away and just unbutton the top button, just in signal.
Okay. You keep. Why is it always Tan?
Just probably had to do this before.
Probably had to do it before, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. So you head off with him. We're cut briefly, very briefly to Oliver, who is currently sort of off on his own, talking to some of the locals, not in the soldiers, and sort of just talking to them, using very stoogish language, like, "How's it feel to living under the new government? Like, how's it helped you?" Like a lot of sort of that language. And has been using taking pictures of the locals as a way to take pictures of the garrison. And you're it's oh, better light's better this way, so you can get the garrison in the photo. That's what he is doing, and we're going to move away to unless Tan kills this guy during sex, we're gonna move away.
We're at about break time, so we could probably fade to black on Tan deciding if she wants to murder fuck someone.
Sure. We were gonna fade to black on whether or not she
And
goes to murder.
so it begins.
or just fucks.
Do they have a Black Widow perk for this, or now she can just murder lovers
there?
like that?
Is there?
That's how she can kill her
I
fascist
don't think
girlfriend.
there is, but he definitely his guards lowered, so you would definitely get a good opportunity to kill this guy if you really want to try.
It's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, it's up. You think about it during the break.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say the last as Tan goes off, Oliver is taking pictures. We'll cut over just to see what you guys see as you sort of crest a little hill. You're crawling on your stomachs, Salafil and Grigori. You look over at a building sort of nestled up on the mountain, sort of beginning, sort of not really mountain, sort of it's sort of resting against the mountain, sort of on a little plateau. Is this large building that with big smokestacks that are spewing thick black smoke. And a large perimeter enclosed by a chain link fence, a lot larger than what would be necessary. It's definitely harder to guard this place because of the perimeter of the fence, which seems like a strange choice. But that is what you see as the sun begins to dip below the horizon, and we'll take a break there.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Alright, we'll be back shortly, kiddos. Stick around for more. Okay. Ways up! Just remember the mics are hot, you are candid, all that good stuff. Now to figure out where these advances go. Alright, so total we have 4 advances or 5? 4.
Oh, God.
Or five's when we go up to the next rank.
Well, no,
right?
how many
4 is when you
ranks?
go up to the next one because there's 5 different ranks. So it's basically every 4 bumps you up 1 because it's every 20
So
experience.
does it make us seasoned?
Yes, we would
We'll
make
make
a
it
seasoned
seasoned.
that
I
rank.
thought we only had 3 advances though.
No, he gave us 2 last session.
We gave you 2, so you have
And then we've had another one, and we start at rank 1.
rank 1 to 2.
So that would put us at 4.
Oh, so now we're seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
Seasons. Cool.
Which,
It's a
which
season.
means some sweet new things open up for edges and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do. Look at this. Look at the season edges.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question then. Instead of taking the blood magic thing in the book where it's I need thralls to use it, can I instead? Because I don't think I'm ever gonna have thralls. Like, so can
You
I?
have a whole laundromat full of
um,
her mad science begins.
maybe. Um, and is that like an actual? Well, is that that isn't blood mage is an edge?
have your own hospital with like staff and everything, and you can have like great, like these massive great successes on your surgery checks and heals.
I just kind of randomly, but I actually came up because I was thinking about it because I have time at work when I'm not doing stuff.
Yeah, they
I've
weren't
thought
very
about
good.
it, and I've come up with within my worlds how to become a lich. Like I figured out exactly what's necessary to do that in my world. It requires 1,000 people to willingly sacrifice themselves and a child.
Nice.
Yes. You have to kill 1,000 children, or get 1,000 people to kill get 1,000 people to kill one child.
Listen,
each, and then kill themselves.
If 5th edition was good enough to follow in old 3.5's rules, where you could have a leadership feat and you could actually build cult followings, then that would be totally viable. 5th edition makes it a little harder, where you can't have, people dedicated to you. But, it's fine. I don't want minions to throw their lives away for my lofty ambitions. Sniffle.
One of the very first campaigns I ever ran was my old roommates, and they bought a tavern and became very, very successful. And then they scammed this skeevy rich land baron in the area out of the brothel he owned, and exposed him for a bunch of shitty crimes and got him arrested and kept the brothel. And then they renovated it and took all the workers there shopping and got them new clothes and made it really nice. And then they started then they're we need people to guard the brothel because sexual violence happens, we want to protect them. And so they bribed a bunch of guards to abandon their work and work for them instead. And then they started building a mercenary company because people were oh, they pay better than the guards. They took over the entire town just because they wanted more businesses. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Y'all ready to come back while Shay's eating? You can keep eating since you did your thing.
Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Sit up in my chair so I'm not slumped over like a weird.
Oh.
Or if it's all pastry and dough, y'all ready for this?
Oh, also be
Ready for
careful. I did pull out a bone in the salmon, hun.
Oh, good enough.
Yeah.
Pin bones are the worst.
Properly debone the fish.
They do not properly debone the fish.
Anyways.
Anyways.
So. Yeah, I'm ready to come back whenever you are.
Yeah, we're back. We can go. Let's jump into it. Jam on it. Your camera is not on, however. There.
Mine is?
Yeah, it is now. It is now, as soon as I said it.
It's haha, the mics are hot. We're gonna prove this person to be a lie.
Yeah, liar. Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
Things. Okay, we're good to go. We're good. We're ready. We're running.
Running.
Excellent. Sorry, my computer's being very slow. Hi everybody. Welcome back.
Hello. He's us. We back.
It is us. We are back to playing the game, and apparently I have an ad to have to watch. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so Tan is off maybe murdering someone. That is up to her. We'll learn that when she gets back. But for right now, Delathil and Grigori looking out across this strangely large perimeter around this facility. So the facility itself, large smokestacks, belching out smoke. You can see that the front gate, there are some guards there watching. They seem a little more attentive than the other guards you've seen on this trip. You see there are some watchtowers inside of the perimeter. set up, and inside you assume probably either a sniper or machine gun nest. And roll a notice check for me.
4 or a 4, sir.
A 4. Excellent. Grigori. Oh, Grigori got a 12.
Yeah, he did.
I just took
say-
my sniper scope off to look around.
Yeah, you just have your scope out. So Seraphil, you looking around, you essentially see what I have said already. Grigori looking. Oh, sorry.
That's mood.
Looking through your sniper scope, you see that the watchtowers have snipers in them. They're sniper nests, not machine gun nests. There is a second fence around the facility further in. And looking at the facility itself, you have these large doors. They look like they're probably blast resistant. So you can't really see. So it's going to be pretty hard to get in through there by force. You can't really see anything around the other sides. There's only one side of the building. But the guards that you see patrolling sort of around the building seem a little more professional than what you've seen so far. It's probably they're attentive and ready.
This is very. I imagine he's seeing what looks like, like he might not be familiar with the construction aspect of like the big factory, but he knows like a prison yard look, where there's like sniper nests all over the place, that can overlook.
Yeah, it's weirdly prison-esque, but the building isn't like large enough. Like there's no like barracks, like prisoner barracks anywhere. It's just this like facility. The facility itself is like 2 stories tall. It's not that big either.
This must be where all the people are disappearing to.
Yeah, but seems a bit risky for trying to get in.
We'll have to see if we can note and spot anything that goes on while we're here.
Just lay low and be observant for a while.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll just watch the comings and goings for probably do some old-fashioned reconnaissance for a few hours.
Old-fashioned reconnaissance. Absolutely. I will let you both roll another notice check, and I'll give you each a +2. So, Grigori, you have +2 already, so both you can roll again with +2.
I will not complain about +4.
Yeah, you want to complain about +4. I hate you, but that's an automatic success. For Grigori.
Well, I got a 9, so.
Yeah. Yep. Grigori also got a 9.
Looks like you are a sniper now. Here's scope. Good luck.
He got a 9 as well, but mine exploded.
Yes, but he doesn't need to explode to get a 9. Anyways, doesn't matter. Both with a 9. That is 2 raises. That's a success and a raise, I should say. And watching, not a lot of coming and goings. Let's actually see if anything does. Oh, yes, excellent. One truck does pull up. The truck is stopped at the front gate. The guards go and they check the truck. They check the manifest. They look through everything. They pull out the boxes. They look through absolutely everything they can. They open some of the boxes. Like some of the boxes are like nailed shut, and they have crowbars, and they open them and they check through them individually. They then put the boxes back in the truck. The truck pulls through. You can watch as the snipers train their rifles on the truck. There's no people in there that you're that you're fairly certain there's no people in there. You saw the cargo, but this place is kept under like double lock and key just to make sure nothing goes wrong. So the more you observe, the more you realize that something important is in here.
Looks like we got something.
Definitely either very destructive or very important to have parts be inspected as it goes in. Usually you inspect after delivery, not beforehand, so they're definitely making sure things are correct.
Yeah. Sorry, that was not me. I mean, stakeouts are boring, so you know.
It's understandable. Took me a while to get used to.
So that is what you observe. Has Shay returned yet?
She's finishing her food. We can stall
Excellent.
for a minute or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Oliver, what is oh, let's see. Does Oliver get into trouble or does he did not get into trouble? Let's find out.
Get into trouble.
Oliver doing Daniel Craig stuff.
Mhm.
He's getting some trouble. You cut over briefly to him. He's currently in the surrounding woods. So pretty far in actually. You guys have kind of left him alone for a while. There is a man. There's a soldier currently tied to a tree. And Oliver is like sitting on like a stump, kind of looking at him, smoking a cigarette, and the guy has obviously been beaten. And just goes, I mean, you can stop this if you just tell me what's in the place up the mountain. And the guy says, I don't know what is there. He says, no, you have to know something, all right? I tied you to a tree. I put a lot of energy to this. You have to know something. And the guy just shakes his head and says, all right, I'm going to get one of your friends. He's just over there, tied behind the other tree, and I'm going to bring him, and I'm going to tell him that you spilled all of the beans. So if he doesn't say anything, then I'll believe you. How does that work? And the guy kind of stares at him and says, I'll just say that it didn't. He says, I'm going to gag you, you fucking idiot. Oh, God. All right. Gags him, kind of goes over to somewhere else. It comes back dragging another soldier, kind of by like the restraints he has him tied on, and sits him down and says, all right, I want to make sure that your friend here didn't lie to me. So, you got some weird experiments going up in there. Oh,
Okay. He's very curious. Okay.
So yeah, he begins to interrogate these two guys, and sort of trying to play them against each other. And we'll cut over to Tan.
Sorry, what?
It's your turn.
We'll cut over to you. We just finished up. Oliver is just interrogating some guys in the woods.
I cast Fireball.
Oh shit! There was a question left. It was kind of jokey. Do you kill this guy?
With Fireball.
I suck the blood right out of him. No.
Okay.
I'm not going to draw attention to us.
Sure. You have a. I will say you have. It's another disappointing night.
Oh no. None of these guys are good.
Not well.
Now we know why she has her big heel turn. She's just real upset about it.
Yeah.
Have sex with Gilneas. It'll be great.
Yeah.
No, you don't have. You don't sleep together, as it were. It's sort of kind of. She just is like, essentially, just like give me a blowjob and it'll be fine. And it's just kind of like. It's kind of getting tired of it. I guess Ton might be. It's like, oh, this keeps happening. It's annoying.
When's it
But
my
yeah,
turn?
you get fuck Gilneas.
Yeah.
You get the items you need. You get the gauze, the iodine, the cocaine.
Important question.
Yes.
When I'm shopping for this stuff, is there, by some weird happenstance, the most elegant-looking medical prosthetic leg?
Roll a notice check. I'm gonna leave this up to your rolls.
Okay.
Nope. Let fate decide.
You do have 2 bennies.
I do.
Yes. And you get them
There
every
you go.
session.
Holy shit!
Holy shit! There is a very, very expensive looking prosthetic.
How much is it?
I mean, how much money do you have right now?
Right now, 31. 31 monies.
31
Dude,
monies.
unless that guy gave some of it back because he was
He
appreciative.
did
of the
not
beginning.
give any of it back.
That
Took the
asshole.
entire bribe. Of course he's a shitty person. They're not good people.
Not good
Okay.
people.
I mean, as you're kind of walking, you have a couple options. You could try to pay for it with the money. He's not losing by sanity. He's not losing. It's not his. He's not losing any money. So $30 might be enough to get it. You would have to roll a persuasion check. You could try to steal it. Or there's option number 3, which is just go out for another disappointing evening.
Yeah, I'll try.
Or
that
something
one.
else. Do option number 3?
Option number 3. Yeah.
She's like, maybe.
I've already gone down once tonight. Why not?
Okay. So we fade to black and tan again.
Immediately fade back and like, ugh.
So, sorry, the names. I just forgot the names. Salafil and Grigori. What is? You guys observe for a while. These trucks come in. This truck comes in, and they check everything. You get the feeling that they're not checking to make sure everything is there, but that make sure nothing extra is there. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys head back to the town, I assume.
Yeah, I think we got what we need for now.
Sure. You head back. I'll say you guys won't get back until the morning. And so I'm going to say, unless you guys rest out in the woods, I'm going to say you both are exhausted. And let me look at what I can do to you. Yeah, I will say you two are distracted. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but it sounds like it does something you don't want it to. So on your sheets, you can hit the diamond button underneath Savage World, this big Savage World icon, and you get the distracted feat. Because you guys are tired, you guys spent the night out, so you guys will need a rest, or shit will happen. So you guys return to the truck. You wait for Salafil, Tanshir, and Oliver to return. Oliver does return. He seems kind of annoyed. Tan comes back with all the items and a prosthetic leg, and puts it in the truck. And you guys all reconvene.
So, what did you learn?
Oh, it is very not good. They are building something in there that requires a lot of oversight by the people with guns.
Mm-hmm. It's something highly valuable. They are making sure the inventory is correct before it goes inside, and there are a lot of security. Sniper towers mostly. Sharpshooter towers.
It's a fairly big yard, which means I assume whatever they are building will eventually be out in yard. They need space for it. Because there were not people wandering around like you would assume in prison camp, which means all prisoners still inside.
If they're alive.
It's unfortunately very true.
No idea what it may be then.
No, we did not go inside yet.
Grigori will describe how big that like empty yard space was, so they know, but like roughly how much room they're gonna have for whatever they're building.
It's about 100 feet between the inner and outer gates, the inner and outer fence.
I will assume maybe big tank, some kind of machine, possible mech, because you will need that much room to assemble and have it sitting there.
So what do you expect to do then?
For now, there's not much we can do. However, once we get back with Logdon and others, perhaps we can set about figuring out maybe destroy a facility, at least blow open wall for people to escape if they're in it.
Oliver speaks up and says, none of the local garrison here in the city know anything about what's up there.
There's definitely top secret thing then, because they would have at least informed people down here in guard charge about something.
They are under the assumption that all of them, them and the people up there, this is sort of, hit duty. Like they're here because, they fucked up somehow. So they assume that those guys up there, which sounds like it's not true, that they are also a bunch of fuck-ups assigned to some backwood, post to keep them out of the way.
Whatever this is very dangerous. They basically put expendable guard.
I think it's less to do with the expendable guard and more that they don't want their soldiers to know what's going on there either.
Well, that too, but also, if something bad happened, they will not miss these people.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, that too. Yeah. So the question remains: what are they building in there? What is our plan? Because we're here. We're here now. We know that they're sending people here.
None of them have come back, which means perhaps once people used up, they just dispose of rather than send home.
Yeah.
Perhaps some minor sabotage, if you want.
We could wait for the next shipment, see if they're on a regular schedule, and if so, intercept one of these vehicles and try and sneak our way in.
Because whatever they're building or doing requires big smokestack. If it is not people they are burning, it is definitely a lot of material.
Or we could just try to infiltrate it.
We'll try to infiltrate. Yeah.
Stealth, without using a vehicle. I mean, literally sneaking in.
We'll have to see. Maybe we'll have to scout around other side. When we go back, because there were a lot of lookouts on towers around, where the yard is and where trucks come in. Maybe it is very, very weak in the back end by the factory, backside.
Based on what you've seen, the only way into the compound is through that gate that you saw the truck go through. They're prioritizing security over ease of access for sure.
Well, we could find power source for any lighting and then try to cut it, use moments of darkness to get in.
That's true. would be a good distraction.
Even better if we do it if they well, let's see if we can find nighttime delivery, cut power, go in while the truck is also blocking view of things, use that to our advantage.
I would like to try something, and this may be pushing the extent of my detect arcana, but theoretically, with a raise, if I kind of look in that direction, kind of like put my hand on the ground, would I be able to sense any magic in that facility?
Devices with insight. So I am going to say, even with a raise, that would be a no.
Okay.
That's sort of beyond, because it took them, like, it's a half a day drive to get there from here.
Oh.
It's a ways away.
Well,
Yeah, it's far away.
If we are going to do infiltration mission, we could just take you with us, and you could look it over when we get there. Found a pretty nice spot to hide out. They don't seem to ever look in that direction.
So, we could. Oliver says, so we have a couple options. We could try to sneak in. We could try to do something dumb. We do have dynamite. That's all I'm going to say. Or we could try and get sent there.
That does sound dumb.
That's, yeah, what I'm saying is that we could yeah, not like pretend we got sent there, I guess is more sort of my point.
But how do we manage that and make sure they don't send us somewhere less savory?
Well, there's a garrison nearby with a big truck in it that is armored and probably could be used as as a prison transport.
True.
So if we cause some hell here, kill some of the right people, steal some stuff, get it, drive up, say, hey, we got some prisoner delivery, have you guys in the back, we'll have you guys in handcuffs, we'll be fine, we'll unlock you, we'll have our weapons hidden away in the cab, we try to get in that way, that's an option, or using the garrison again, we could get in the garrison, get some more weapons, and just do something stupid and try to go through the front gate. Drive that big truck that they have through the front gate, full speed.
If we would have to find out if they had explosive, because simple dynamite would not work. But if they had a few, you could load truck with explosive like we did the building, drive it into thing, big kaboom.
Yeah, I'm more worried
Big
about
kaboom.
people, and you said people are getting sent to this place.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And also, it's a weapons like development place. So you drive a truck in there. Who knows what's inside and how big that explosion is going to be?
Problem would be you'd need credible people for them to let you through with stuff in truck like weapons.
Yeah.
Can you forge anything to make it look like it is?
You can try. It's not really my area of expertise. I sort of just try to get I get into like a proper channel. Like, I'm here as a reporter, and I'm an official reporter. I have a paycheck from being a reporter. So it's not really, I don't really like get into places illegally. I sort of go through illegal channels. That was not my
Save your ways. We don't have time to go back to city, wait for however bridge thing wins, and then get more people. We will have to improvise here.
Improvising
I mean,
is what
we
we
could-
do best.
We could, get some bolt cutters, cut our way through the chain link fence, and crawl up. That seems to be the least complicated plan, but a lot could go wrong.
Unfortunately, it can go wrong in everything, which is not good.
Assuming we get in, how do we get out?
Oh
That's when we blow our way out.
We smuggle
That's-
some dynamite. How many sticks can you fit up your orifices?
2.
4.
Just raises an eyebrow, impressed.
You've had a lot more practice than I have.
It's not the first time I smuggled dynamite. That's all I'm gonna say.
I tip my head to.
Don't. It was a bad memory.
Well, we could try to get, find weak spot in garrison, maybe procure weapons, and then if things go wrong, flee up to facility.
There is a second. I just thought of this. Your guys' plan during the bombing.
Trash can?
Trash can. But we don't have a trash can. We do have dynamite.
We do.
We could throw some dynamite, light some dynamite, set a thing elsewhere, opposite side of the facility, detonate it, going to the other side. It's loud, and it's definitely will raise the alarm, but if they think they're being attacked from one side,
They're all going to look in that direction, and
yeah, they're gonna focus in that direction. Oh fuck, yeah. I could theoretically start shooting at them, sort of not trying to hit them like from further away.
how good are you at remaining hidden?
Pretty good, but my plan is not to be hidden. My plan is to do the dynamite, get the fence, like blow up part of the fence, and then just keep shooting and pretend like I'm more than one person.
How good was the tree coverage around the?
It was okay, sort of on the way up to the mountain, sort of up the mountain. It was sort of on that side of it. It was decent. You can't get the tree line doesn't get super close to it. You could tell that they sort of cut that area out so they could see it, but it's an old like mountainous forest, so it's hard to get and remove trees in that area. So they sort of cut a little section around it, so you would have to step out and get in view of the towers to get closer to it.
Worst case scenario, we could set distraction. I could shoot from, in trees just to get them to flee out into forest.
My plan is to make them think that they're being attacked, so that they put their men to one side, and essentially do that for as long as I can. And if that works, they might not. Essentially, they might, not notice you sneak in, and then you guys wouldn't. They would think they got attacked and not infiltrated.
This is very dangerous,
Super
being that one.
dangerous.
Very dangerous for you.
Yep. I really want to know what's inside that thing.
Alright, let's do it. It's our best plan so far.
We could take your camera and photograph things before we do anything, so they at least will see what was there if we successfully take care of it. And if we don't, at least you have proof something is going on there to bring home.
It's true.
So we're doing the I am a red herring at the plan then?
It was your plan, yes.
Oh fuck.
Do you have rifle with long range to
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. We have, let's see, we have dynamite. I have an improvised grenade. We could, basically give them as much of a show as possible. And it will be very hard for them if it's just you instead of like you and me. It is much harder to track one person, especially in chaos.
Yeah.
I would suggest perhaps saving a stick or use the grenade I
Save a
have,
stick of dynamite for yourself.
and have it so where you could basically set forest on fire as you flee down into it.
I'll come up with something. Fucking hell.
Clench tight. You will be fine.
Oh, hello. Get a raid.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Nice of you to join us. Hello.
Hi.
Who is we got? Hello. Is Legio Necros. Hello.
Hi,
Greetings.
everybody.
Lego
It's
Mancer.
I realize I'm not logged in on my computer, so I can't type in say hi. But hi.
Lego Mancers. Welcome.
Anyways, so from here the plan is he's going to go up and shoot at them essentially just wildly. He says, well, before we do that, do we want to try to maybe get some stuff from the garrison?
Yeah, I like that. Maybe we will see what we can get if we can, because we have the forest down here to flee into for shelter and hiding, and then we will just and Gregorian and Salesville probably told them like the layout of like where you drive up to and stuff. So they're like, we will meet on like left side of or on east of fence in that coverage area.
Sounds good to me. So yeah, let's guess go attack the garrison. And he will bring you over to the local garrison to look at it. Whether or not his attack is up to you. There's not a lot of men in this area. There's probably only around like 10 soldiers stationed here.
So we could just rig dynamite and drop the building on them.
It is not a building. That's the thing. It's like a series of tents.
Oh,
Even better.
well, we could just
With,
set
like-
up some dynamite and just blow these tents to hell.
They have like those like steel beam X's things that have like that they've like linked barbed wire kind of around it. There's not really a fence either. And looking inside that there is like the only sort of building there is like it has like wooden walls but has a canvas roof and hung above the door in Undercommon, which you would all recognize this word, says armory. Like they don't give a shit out here. They're not expecting to get attacked anytime soon. They probably don't have a lot of they probably have just have more ammo and maybe some heavier equipment, but they're not going to find like a tank or like rocket launchers here.
Still
They're going to find
perfect.
anti-personnel equipment at the most.
It's still pretty good.
It's still useful. I'm not saying don't shit on it, but
It's
Maybe
also
shit on it a little.
listen, there's then you also see the parked and essentially underneath a big doesn't have any walls, just sort of just like a canvas like roof is one of those big rat backs, the big 6-legged troop transport things.
good. If we can get a hold of that, we could park it somewhere in the woods as we go up, so you have vehicle to flee with.
Or hiding. I'll hide in it. I'll just hide in it, probably. That's probably.
Probably a smarter idea, yeah.
Yeah.
So go
Or I can just
be-
drive into people. We'll see what I can do with it.
Hopefully it will not be bridge you need to cross, but if it is, I guess we'll cross when we get there.
Roll some notice checks. Whoever wants to do some notice checks.
Even distracted. Woo!
Even distracted.
-1.
-1. With a 10 and an 11. You guys will have to rest before you do anything. You look out at this place. Again, there's like 10 soldiers in the town, in the village town area. There's probably only like 4 guys, and they're not like hanging out, like they're not like there guarding. One of them like is clearly drinking. The other 2 are just like chain smoking. You see like an ashtray that's like hasn't been emptied in like 3 weeks. They're just sitting there. This wouldn't be hard.
We could just sneak in and cut throats.
I was thinking the same thing. Plus, just getting rid of 3 people already cuts down number by like 30%. We would make it much easier to get more stuff then.
How many do you think you can get before they wake up?
Could make a game of it.
A little dark?
Well, they are from the Undercommon. They're used to
Yeah, they are used to dark.
That is true. Before we go do that, you 2 look exhausted. You can't point at you.
Feel quite exhausted, yes.
Yes. So I say let's take a rest. And we could like do some distraction in the morning once people start to head out and start to do their rounds. Looking around. Well, there's 2 of them actually tied up, well, dead in the woods. So.
Well, good, even better, less number.
Yeah. So that's probably going to raise our lunch a little bit. Sorry about that. Trying to find some information and didn't get any.
That would be, actually, that might open up a nice opportunity if we rest up, come first thing, like early morning when guard swap would happen, they notice these people been gone for a while.
Say we found them, say we found some bodies in the woods and bring them out there.
And then easy pickings.
Ooh, I like this. I like how your brain works.
Not the first rodeo with killing fascists in the wood.
Smart. Okay. Is that the plan? Sleep for you guys? Start doing that?
What if we place dynamite inside of bodies for them to...
You're very focused on the dynamite. Let's keep the dynamite for the big thing.
Okay, fine.
I don't want a lot of explosions down here.
We could use one. We could use one, like this improvised grenade, probably hair trigger. We could sandwich body together with grenade in between it. They pull apart body to inspect. Boom.
Sure, it's less loud than dynamite, so I might not freak out.
Plus,
I don't want like a big explosion
to
like be like, oh, why is there an explosion down the other side of the map?
Plus could draw the rest of guards, or at least a couple more in. We now open fire. Nobody up top mountain hears us.
If
you kill maybe 2 or 3 more.
If you are clever enough, you could not use an explosive and perhaps set up some other kind of trap that triggers when they inspect bodies. Spikes, thread, rope.
That is true. We could do some.
Make a little slingshot that flings them into trees.
I like idea. This is very good. It would take a little bit more setup, but it's not like those 2 dead bodies are going anywhere.
That is true. They are not.
We should rest.
It's rest. Let's all get some sleep, and then in the morning we'll head out, do some stuff. We'll rob an armory. I never robbed an armory before. It'll be fun.
You will have lots of fun. Last time we did it was very official, funny enough.
I think the last. What did I last rob? I think the last thing I robbed was a jewelry store. That was fun.
Hey, yes, we robbed a jewelry
Really?
store too. Yeah.
Oh, that's
very
fun.
wild.
Yeah. That was back when I was a. That's fine. Tell a story later. So yeah, let's get some rest, everyone. You all seem very tired. Ton, you don't seem tired. You do seem exhausted, though. If that makes sense.
It does.
Cool.
You look very disappointed.
Yeah.
Exceptionally.
Exceptionally disappointed. Oh, sexually.
Exceptionally.
Oh, okay. Well, that too then. That's unfortunate.
Okay, I heard 2
Probably
was
both.
How are we both? Yeah, the second rent wasn't better than the first.
Tell you what, Taunt, we will make sure that all guard pay for disappointing guard.
You remember that scene from Forrest Gump where his mom sleeps with the principal?
Yeah.
He makes those weird noises.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on now. With that.
Oh, that's back in our brains.
Yeah.
I did push that very deep down, and now it's back.
It's like, what's something bad that like I can just like, what's something that's annoying? I'm like, that noise. That's what happened to Todd. Anyways, yeah, you guys, I assume you guys sleep in the back of the truck or in the cab, this kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. You guys go to sleep.
I was
Frost.
gonna say, yeah, it's probably the best place to do it without raising anybody's suspicion and nothing.
Sure thing. Yeah, you guys sleep for the night, and we're gonna end the session there. Just seems like a good opportunity to prepare for the next session. So thank you. It's the beginning of Operation Darkfall, apparently.
Oh yeah.
And the second one would be Operation Darkfall Part 2. The
Darkfall
Revengeance.
2.
Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please check out the sponsor, Grinding Coffee Co. I've heard excellent things from the man who's had it, who's great.
Yep.
And I assume also Shay.
Shay doesn't drink coffee.
Never mind.
Yeah. But I definitely, it's pretty tasty.
My next paycheck, I'm gonna buy a bag because I want to try it.
Hell yeah! As always, Party Wipe Games is the code for a 10% discount. Use that. Follow the affiliate link, and all of that good stuff will get you all the wonderful things and help out us and our wonderful sponsor. So we'll see who's available to raid. Who we got? Anybody on? Twitch. Make sure it doesn't play any noise. Penny's on. We'll just go raid Penny. Penny for a tail. Because they're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Ooh, I played a little bit of 2nd Edition. It's pretty good. I like their action economy.
I've seen stuff and it looks pretty good. Did that not go through? Let's try again.
Although I will say, while
go.
playing it, my character did leave. I was playing an evil. It was a one-shot, just trying out the system. My character was just like, I'm an evil wizard, and I got what I needed and left. And then the paladin followed me because they wanted to kill my companion, my familiar, because it ate an ostrich's eye. I think it was weird.
An ostrich. All right. Well. Anyways, have a great night, everybody. We're finished. See ya.